I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm trying to figure this out points-wise. Who was leading coming into that race?
Craig by 2 points.
Craig by 2 points. So Craig gets now they started in the same row. So who was on the inside of that row?
Bubba Foster.
So Craig had an opportunity to score 2 more passing points, gets the win. Foster finishes third.
Mm-hmm.
So they're still right there.
Oh,
I mean, what is it, 6 point,
yeah,
6 point separation?
It's literally we have 2 races left.
And they've got about a 6 point separation.
Yeah. By the time we go into, because we're off this week for Labor Day and going to be down at your track.
Right.
Off this week, it's going to get these guys, as just talking to Craig or whatever, he's talking about fixing some more stuff that's broken on his car. I'll be posting that race on Moxie tonight. But it was a cool race. It was a well-deserved race, for him. I asked him if he wanted to call in. He says, this is his quote, "I'm working on the car, bud. Sorry." He says, "Fixing more broken," explicitive word. You know how Craig is. He's very Christian. But this is the cool thing. So when he's celebrating, who comes over because he's in the infield? Who comes over and celebrates with him? Not only, but the 57 of Kenny Miller comes over there and congratulates him and all that type of stuff. He kind of, at first he says that he looked at him and he's like, he looks over and he's like, kind of like, who is this? And then, Miller kind of sticks his head in there, man, and they shook, and it was just great camaraderie. It was just great racing all the way around. Both them, the late model, everything else. It was just cool. But it was awesome to watch Miller come from basically last, come all the way through the field, and within 42 laps, down, he comes up, takes the lead with 10 to go, breaks.
That sucks.
Oh, man.
Especially when you're that dominant, when you're running that good.
Well, it's kind of like what happened to Joey a couple weeks ago at Willamette.
Exactly.
Or about a month ago.
Exactly.
I mean, he was checking out in that late model race, and then under caution.
He was under caution is even, and that makes it even worse.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened to Kenny. It's just sad to see. I mean, not just as a fan too. I mean, you want to see these guys go out there and win it, but at the same time, it sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Really does.
And like you said, and mostly for the fans, because every driver's got fans, and Joey's one of those guys that really has got a pretty large fan base. So when something like that happens,
and same with Kenny too.
Well, with any driver,
and Craig
for those
Costle's
fans
got
of
some
that
big
driver, that
fans.
sucks. And imagine being in the cockpit, knowing you've got the car, this is your gig, you're going to win it.
Well, he's like I talked to because I talked to him and stuff afterwards because he texted me, and he sat there and he says, "Well, I think they knew we were here," and I said, "Well, I think they know that you're been here, because that's just." That's just the way. I mean, he was fast, but what are you gonna do? I mean, when you break, and those are the things. But he sat there and he says, "Man," he says, "I'm just, I'm ready." I mean, he's excited for next season.
Mm-hmm.
He knows he's got the car, he's got it dialed in. It's taken him a year or so to dial it in, but now that he's got it, and he's only at 75% and can go more. Oh, watch out!
That's a serious threat to the rest of those guys.
Watch out!
I just wonder after Sunset's done for the season, are we going to see him down at Willamette?
I think I'm not going to have any promises. I
would assume so.
I would hope so.
I believe so.
I would assume he's he's been there a time or two this year.
No, he's never been. He hasn't been there yet.
Yeah, he has.
No, he hasn't.
Kenny?
Oh no, Kenny! I thought we were talking about Craig.
No, we're talking about Kenny.
No, I wish Kenny would show up.
His whole deal and stuff was that he wanted to focus. He wanted to focus his car just on Sunset. He wanted to stay close to home and everything else. I know that it wasn't battling for a championship or nothing, but he just wanted to, because of the bad luck. We've been down there 3 years, and all we've had was bad luck.
Well, Willamette's one of those places where, as good as it is, if you're not a regular, it can be bad because, it's so different. It's so fast. It's one of those tracks that can be hard on equipment.
But the weird part about it is that it's the same stuff. The last time we were there, 2 years ago,
right?
It was a driveline
that's
deal.
weird.
Well,
that's
last year it was the friggin' rear end.
Right.
Well, take a spare rear end and spare driveline.
Oh, we got that, and this is the weird thing, right? Okay, so we went over to Colin. I got a brand new nut, got a brand new yoke, all the stuff was brand new. If I didn't pour a half a bottle of Loctite on that nut, I'm telling you,
that's just strange.
Well, there's your problem. You use too much Loctite.
No way, because that SOB was not coming off. There's no way, because I sat there and I'm like, because we did the bolt check and everything else, and I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, there's no way. and like trying to figure out how in the hell this thing came off. And so,
if you have to use a half a bottle of Loctite,
that's more an exaggeration.
You
but.
need to.
So
just
I'm getting a
weld
text
it
here
on.
from Mike Swear that said the scoreboard said 68 was in second at the line.
Really?
So we might want to double check that because that'll keep the points race even tighter. It'd still be a 4-point deal.
Hold on, let me come up here to this little.
I mean, if you just go by, he had a 2-point lead, 4-point lead coming in.
2 point.
2 point
lead.
2
points. So he would have one. He'd have 2 extra points for passing because he finished ahead of the car, started ahead of him. Plus the 2 points difference from first to second.
I still haven't figured out.
So it'd still be like a 6-point. I mean, that's next to nothing. Or 4 to 6 points is going into the last race of the year.
Dude,
you can't ask for anything better than that as a race fan.
Dude, it's gonna be crazy. I'm trying to pull up the video and stuff right now.
That's pretty awesome.
We did have some issue with audio, and that's the reason why we got the new computer over here. Is just because the simple fact is that you pull up this this video and it's not running in my normal format. So we just got to figure out something. But yeah, I mean, if it says 68, then I believe Mike Swear. And this is another thing. You talk about Freya. That girl is
she fast. That girl, she'll drive the wheels off that little green Camaro.
Dude, she's very, very quick at what she does.
Hey, while you're looking at that up real quick, I want to talk about Jerry Ann Kronk and what she's got going on at Willamette Speedway on September 7th.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
7 p.m. It's going to be this is cool. This is good. It's a bingo deal. And it's $10 buy-in for your first card. All proceeds are going to go towards Extreme Fire and Rescue. Now, Joel, you're kind of a part-time gig on that crew. Let's talk about that and how this whole thing come about.
I'm not sure how it all came about. Chris and Jerry Ann, we talked in fire camp the other night, and it's one of those things that they're there for us. As part of the racing community, Extreme does so much. It's an all-volunteer team. No one takes home a paycheck from Extreme.
Right.
We're not like the drivers that get, Happy Gilmore checks.
All the money you guys get from the racetrack goes towards your fire suits and foam and whatever you guys need to do to keep the fans and drivers safe.
Exactly. And you talk about Doug Van Zandt being on top of technology when it comes to
Doug he does his homework.
He is one smart guy when it comes to fire and safety in regards to motorsports. I mean,
and I love seeing people step up like Moxie. We stepped up here at the car show and raised some funds for the safety crews at both tracks, Sunset and Willamette. I thought when Jerry Ann sent me some texts about this, I thought, man, how cool is that out of the blue? And I got to say, so I've done a lot of neat things as an announcer. This will be the first time that I've ever been a bingo caller. So,
listen,
I promise you this: I will have fun with it. I'll guarantee that.
I actually was a bingo caller before.
Well, I've never done it, but I promise you, the people that are there, we will have some fun with this.
Well, and I'll promise you too that the people sitting there playing bingo, because I know one of them is going to be, someone that's in the studio right now, will heckle the bingo caller.
Bring it on, big guy.
I will. I'll call bingo. I love
Come
bingo.
on down with this.
Dude, you already know I will.
September 2nd, 7 p.m., Willamette Speedway. It's $10 for your first card. You can RSVP by dialing 503-784-4077. That's Jerry Ann's number. Call her, RSVP, let her know. I think there's like 40 spots left.
30.
30 spots?
30 as of today.
Okay, so we've got 30 spots left.
30 spots left.
Again, all proceeds going to help out Extreme Fire and Rescue. That's awesome.
And you start talking about the proceeds all going to Extreme. I mean, if you come out to the racetrack at all, I mean, with all the times I've been on, worked with Doug and worked with the Extreme crew, we're in the stands once every other time we're there.
The other night you guys were 2 or 3 times. I mean, that was the craziest night I've ever seen, and it wasn't even a full moon.
We don't even talk about that night.
That was a crazy night.
That night is affectionately referred to as something.
We had a red flag on the track because of an incident that happened in the stands. We had to drop a red.
Ain't that the craziest thing?
It was a serious deal, though. I mean, it really was. And if Extreme Fire and Rescue wasn't there, the poor gentleman that was actually injured would have he'd been waiting a while because he had to call the ambulance and take anybody to help him. And thank God we had these guys there that are trained EMTs to help this guy. Now I will say that the incident was 100% self-inflicted by this gentleman, but he's glad you guys were there.
It's one of those things that we're there not just for the racers. We're there for everybody at the facility.
Right.
I mean, you start talking, we're getting that many people together.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. You got what, 2,000 people there?
Well, and the fact is, you guys are in the middle of the racetrack too. I mean, your focus is the racers, but if something happens in the stands, you guys are there. So we've got to get you in there, drop a red, get you across the track into the stands, and we can't have you in the stands when there's a race going on. So you got to hold the show up.
Exactly.
It's crazy, but you guys are, it's awesome to see what Doug and you guys are doing.
You start talking about the firefighter stair climb. Well, the Extreme does the stair climb at Willamette, and that's not fun.
No kidding. No kidding.
Oh man!
So let's get over here to this finish, and let's talk about what happened here, Josh.
So basically, when it came down to, I'm talking to Craig Castle right now during the text with you guys or whatever, and he basically just says that he's excited for next weekend. He's getting the car all ready.
I got a little message here from Kenny that says the look on Craig's face when I said congrats on the win was priceless.
It was too.
He says Franny's video shows 25-16, 68-12.
See, that's what I thought. I thought it was Jerry
You
Schramm
did
and then the
say.
68. Yeah. So like I said, for some odd reason, it's not. I don't know if I have a bug on my video type deal or whatever like that. But I do have the other computer, so I will take it off of this computer, put it on the other one, and
Cool.
we'll
We'll
upload
post that
it
up on
stuff
Moxie.
tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, within the first hour and stuff. But let's go ahead and go to some commercials, and then we'll go to a song, and we'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes.
Great. Right here on Northwest Dirt News.
All right, guys.
Hi, I'm Corey with my wife Sandy. We'd like to invite you to Jetstream Aqua Massage. At Jetstream, you get a quality massage, nobody touches you, and you don't get wet. Best of all, it's only $1 per minute. Come see what it's all about.
I've been coming in here about 3 times a week for the last 6 months, and it's just a whole new world when I walk out of here. I highly recommend this place. $20 for 20 minutes, unbeatable.
Crockers Cars, located in Lebanon, Oregon. We've been providing the finest pre-owned cars, trucks, SUVs, RVs since 1983. Crockers Cars has been in business for 31 years, offering quality used vehicles. With our experience and professionalism and the no-hassle buying, customers really do come first here at Crockers Cars. Crockers Cars, where quality is the difference. Give us a call, 541-258-2175, or look us up on the web, crockerscars.com, for a full line of inventory. And make sure you mention that you heard it here on Northwest Dirt News. Are you tired of low wages? Have you ever thought about getting a commercial driver's license? Then let Northwest Trucking Academy, located in Tangent, Oregon, be your source. Earn up to $800 to $1,200 a week. At Northwest Trucking Academy, our trained instructors are ready to help you make the transition towards the road. In as little as 4 weeks, you can have the skills it takes for a new career. Classes begin on the first Monday of every month, so give us a call at 541-248-3461 or look us up on the web at nwtruckingacademy.com. And make sure you let them know that you heard it right here on Northwest Dirt News.
The coolest station on